Every guy I know, his Tinder blows up when he arrives here. You do have some like extra exotic value. Thailand has been the hotspot for sex industry, where people, I think, corrupt each other. Okay, what's up guys? I feel like I'm back in the office, back in Benchakiti Park, where I'm lately making a lot of fucking videos. So yeah, today I'm back with another one. It's a video that I wanted to make for a long time, but before making these videos I have a lot of discussions with myself in my head to really form my opinion. And the video that I want to talk about today is the topic about why I think Bangkok is both the best place in the world and the worst place in the world for dating. So let me explain why I think this. So first, let's start off with why I think Bangkok in Thailand is probably one of the best places in the world for dating. And there's a lot of reasons for this. And there's a couple of points I noted down, so in no particular order. I will go over what I wrote down. So, as most of you guys who've been to Bangkok before and you open like Tinder or Bumble or something, or a dating app as a foreigner, then you probably immediately think like, wow, I never had so many matches in my life. Every guy I know, his Tinder blows up when he arrives here. So in that regard, when you're looking for dates using Tinder, then Bangkok is unbeatable compared to every other city I've ever been in my life. It's just like maybe after a week here, there's like 500 matches or something in your inbox. So it's fucking crazy. So that's the first pointer that I wanna point out. Is like the dating apps here. Everybody is so active on it. Everybody uses them, and the amount of people that you will find in Bangkok interested in dating foreigners using dating apps is probably unmatched to any other place in the world. The second obvious reason Bangkok is probably one of the best places in the world for dating is that it's obviously a major city with about like 5 million people in downtown Bangkok, in Bangkok City, around 5 million people. So obviously there's a huge pool of people that you can choose from and potentially match with, which is similar to of course other big cities in the world and in Asia. But there's one big difference why Bangkok stands out being a big city, and that is that Bangkok, compared to other big cities in Asia in particular, is that I feel like the population in Bangkok, the Thai people, are much more open-minded, and they are much more willing to mingle with other cultures, and are much more willing to date foreigners, and they are much more curious, I feel like, than other places I've been before. For example, I've been to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, which is not far from Bangkok. It's also a major city, but I feel like it's much less common for Vietnamese people to mingle with other cultures. I definitely saw this in the nightlife in Thailand. When you go to a lot of nightlife places, many cultures intermingle and connect with each other, and I feel like in Vietnam, even when I went to the touristy places to go out, is that it's much less apparent to see Vietnamese people, and Vietnamese girls in particular, party with groups of foreigners. And I feel like in Bangkok City, it's a big city in Asia where I really feel like the local population, at least like a big part of it, a significant part of it, probably the majority, is still not open to dating foreigners and stuff. But even if it's just 10% or 5% of the city that is open to date foreigners, that's a huge part in a city of 5 million people. So I feel like the combination of being a major city and a large part of the population in that city being open-minded and open to date foreigners makes it probably also one of the best places in the world to date. Another point I want to make, why I mention it's Bangkok in particular, is that compared to other places in Thailand like Pattaya, Phuket, Koh Samui, Bangkok is a place where you can find people from every background with normal jobs, good education. And when you go to Pattaya, Phuket and Koh Samui, for example, the Thai girls you will meet and date, it's much more specific to tourism industry and the tourism sector, and if you're unlucky, the entertainment industry. I feel like Bangkok is the best place to date because you can find people from every background, not only in the tourism sector or the entertainment industry. You can find Thai girls with normal jobs, good education, like just normal people. And I feel like in the tourist areas that's much less the case. So I feel like and then even compared to like the smaller provincial cities in Isan or something, the opportunities are also much less, I feel like, because I think there's not a very big population in those provincial places that are even open to date with foreigners. They are very shy and most of them are not open to it. So I definitely think Bangkok is the best place in Thailand to date. You have the most options, the most diverse set of people. So that's also something I want to mention. That's why I take Bangkok in particular and not another place in Thailand. I really believe Bangkok is the best place. So that's something I wanted to mention as well. Another reason why it's probably easier for us Western guys to date here, specifically like young guys, it's like what I see from me and my friends, is that it's probably undeniable that being a young foreigner looking very different than the local people is, whether you like it or not, you do have some like extra exotic value compared to the local guys. For example, being different than other people, and I'm saying different, I'm not saying better. We're not better than anybody, we're just different. And being different, like for example, like I have blonde hair and a big nose and stuff, and that's something in Europe nobody gives a shit about, you know. But yeah, in Asia it's like an exotic feature. So for some girls it does give like that extra exotic value that plays in your hand, you know. Like when you come to Asia, and that's not only Thailand, I feel like if you go to abroad, like South America or Asia, you do get some benefits from being different. So you do have that exotic value, and yeah, just by being different, it does play in your cards, you know, because the beauty standards in Asia are definitely different than the beauty standards in Europe, for example. It does probably play in my favor, the way I look here compared to how people perceive me at home. So yeah, just being a foreigner does probably make it easier to date in an Asian country. So that's definitely something I have to mention too, and something that definitely applies to Bangkok, Thailand as well. And that's also a part why it's like one of the best places in the world to date, because combine all the factors that I just mentioned, and then you're basically in a dating paradise. So I think those are the most important reasons why I think Bangkok, Thailand is one of the best places in the world to date. Now, that being said, let's move over to the dark side. So after mentioning all the reasons why I think Bangkok is the best place in the world to date, there's definitely some cases to make why it's probably one of the worst places in the world to date. especially when it comes to serious dating, like serious relationships and for the future and stuff. When it just comes to having fun and you don't really care, then definitely Bangkok is the place to be. It's probably the quickest and most fun place to date in the world. But then when it comes to more serious dating, I will go over why I think Bangkok and Thailand in general is one of the worst places to date in the world. And that's because quantity does not equal quality. So even though Bangkok is probably one of the only places in the world where you can score a different date for every day of the week, there's also some reasons for this and some drawbacks. And I will go over this now, why there are a lot of drawbacks for this too. There are a lot of negatives for being such an easy place to date. So you have to think about it. Why is Thailand such an easy place to date? And why are people so open-minded to dating foreigners? At least a large part of the population, I mean. And that's because since the Vietnam War, Thailand has been a destination for American soldiers to relax. And quickly after, Thailand became famous for its sex industry. So since the 70s, Thailand has been the hotspot for sex industry, attracting millions of guys per year looking for quick fun, coming to this country looking for quick fun. So for example, in 2019, Bangkok alone almost had 40 million visitors in 1 year. So you have to keep in mind, like, how many of those 40 million visitors are like men who just come for a couple of weeks, just looking for quick fun, looking for girls, looking for quick fun, and don't want anything serious with them. So you have to think what that does to the future girls you will be dating. Because oftentimes, and I'm guilty of this myself, we speak bad about like Thai girls not being trustworthy, about like only wanting your money, or Thai girls being easy or having had many boyfriends before you. But you have to look at it from this side. Why do you think this is? I think because of the sex tourism, we are to blame for corrupting a lot of these people who live here, because we kind of made it this way, you know. If you have millions of people coming to this country every year just for sex industry and for quick pleasure, then the paranoia goes both ways, you know. It's very hard for us to trust the girls because we think there's a big chance they will be bad and will have many guys or will have a bad past. But at the same time, so many of the girls have met guys that promised them like, oh, I will come back for you, you're my girlfriend, but at the same time they are also dating many other girls at the same time. So like, it's like a vicious circle, you know. We think bad about them sometimes, but I think we're also to blame for this. We made them kind of this way because there's probably an equal amount of girls that have been lied to, that were disappointed with Western guys that promised everything. So yeah, I definitely think like it goes both ways. The paranoia goes both ways. It's very hard for the girl to trust the guy that she's dating, and it's very hard for the guy to trust the girl that she's dating because of what this country has become over like the many decades of being like such a popular tourist destination and such a popular sex tourist destination. It's like a vicious circle where people, I think, corrupt each other, if this makes sense. And because of all this, I think Bangkok and Thailand in general is probably one of the most difficult places to find a girl without a ton of past experiences. And what can you expect in a place that's famous for sex tourism and in a place that's visited by 40 million international tourists a year? So what can you expect? So in that regard, I think Bangkok is probably one of the most difficult places to find like a very serious relationship with a girl you can trust 100%, and with a girl who doesn't have a ton of past experiences. And there's nobody to blame but ourselves as well. So I think that's definitely something you should keep in mind. So something to think about. Let me know if you agree with this statement or not. So what I think is that when it comes to like quick dating and having fun, and if you don't really care about too much past experiences of your girl, or if you don't care too much about like about trusting each other or having like a long-term relationship without too much drama, then yeah, Bangkok is the place for you if you don't care about this. But I do think that it's probably easier to find a decent, serious relationship in places like Vietnam or places like Taiwan or something, or Japan, I don't know. I'm just mentioning some other places if you're into Asian girls, and I think those places are probably a better choice to find long-lasting good relationships. Because yeah, it's normal if you go to a place where all the guys go, same with the Philippines, then if you go fish in the same pond, then if you all go fish in the same pond, then you're all gonna catch the same fish, no? It's just logic, I guess. So that's why I think Bangkok is also the worst place for dating in the world. After living here for almost 3 years, I've witnessed and seen so many fucked up stories, man, from guys and their experiences, and also from girls and their experiences, because like I said, it goes both ways. So with that said, I think you should be careful going into a serious relationship with a Thai girl, because I think the girls that are easiest to meet, easiest to find, and easiest to connect with are probably also the girls that all the other guys find. So I would suggest, if you want to have a good relationship in Thailand, is to be patient, dig a little deeper, like give it some time, really analyze the girl you're dating, and yeah, just give it some time and don't go in too heavily from the start. And yeah, the best case scenario is find a girl who's not into foreigners and change her. So, and that's probably a hard thing to do, and that will probably take some longer time. So yeah, with that said, let me know what you guys think about this topic. Let me know if you agree, let me know if you disagree. Give me your opinion about this situation. I'm always happy to read like serious comments of people giving me their opinion. Like the negative comments don't really help. I don't really care about them, but if you leave like a serious comment disagreeing with me or giving me some input or some other perspective, then I'm very happy to read it, and maybe I agree, maybe I don't agree. So please leave a comment and let me know what you think. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was an interesting video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.